In this next exercise, I'd love to show you how to set up the default category for your blog. And also, I want to show you sort of a faster way for creating categories kind of on the fly. So what I've done is, you know that PDF file that I gave you? It was from the 10-ton Flash book that I had written. I went and opened that guy up in Acrobat, and I grabbed a paragraph of text. You might want to do the same, or you might want to go and grab some other text, because we're going to go and create a new post for our blog in just a moment. But before we do that, let's go and set our default category for the blog. So I'm going to head back to the admin console, the back end of my blog here. And then I'm going to head down to settings there, down towards the bottom left, and I'll head into writing. So settings and then into writing. And then I don't know if you remember this from earlier or not, but it's right here, default post category. There's the default there, uncategorized. So in other words, you go and create a brand new post, it's automatically going to be categorized as uncategorized by default. That's just how it works, right? So instead of using uncategorized, which I really don't like, I'm going to use news and updates. In fact, even on 10tonbooks.com, I have a category called news and updates, and it's the default category. So in other words, if I forget to mark a post with a category, if I forget to organize a post under a category, it will be categorized underneath news and updates by default. That's the idea here. Okay, so I'm going to go and switch mine here. And then I shall scroll down to the bottom and click on Save Changes. Wait for WordPress here. Cool. All right, that's it. That's all there is to it. Now we have set the default post category to news and updates. So every post from this point forward will be sorted underneath news and updates by default. Sweet. Okay. Now that we have that out of the way, what I want to do now is I want to go and create that new post, and I want to show you this default category sort of in action. And I want to show you another method for creating categories on the fly. It's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do here is, well, I could go underneath posts and I could go and write my new post that way. Instead, I'm just going to click on new post here in the top right. Go ahead and click on that guy. Our new post title will be Creating Outlines with the Ink Bottle. Okay, good stuff. Click inside the body area here, and I'm just going to paste that, again, that paragraph that I had grabbed off of the PDF there. Again, you can grab whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Just something there. You could throw in some graphics if you want, you know, all that good stuff. You're a pro at that by now, I'm sure. I'm going to scroll down towards the categories module here. And even though news and updates is not marked off, it's still the default category. It's still going to be used here, which is great. So if I publish this guy, he's going to be published and categorized underneath news and updates, which is great. Okay, so that's wonderful. Now, I have to admit something. When I first started working with WordPress, how I would go about creating my categories is by using this guy right here, Add New Category. Go ahead and click on him, and you get this little drop-down area here. I didn't know about creating categories using the method that I showed you at the beginning of this chapter, going into that, you know, that categories screen and going about it that way. I had no idea that that was even, you know, an option. So I'd just come in here and I would type in, you know, a new category name, like, how about we do Flash Tricks, you know? And if I wanted to, I could set that structure there, the parent category, and I would just go add. And what's cool about doing it this way is not only is it added to the list of categories, but obviously, as you can see, it's now marked off as well. It's sort of already set for us, which is great. So in other words, unbeknownst to myself, I was doing it the fast way. I was creating categories the fast way without even really knowing sort of the other options. So anyway, there you go. Another way to create your categories. I'm going to go and publish this guy. Wait for WordPress here. Back over to the preview tab, the live blog here, refresh, and there it is, creating outlines with the ink bottle, and it's sorted underneath Flash Tricks there. Because I had set a category for it, it's not taking the default, it's taking the guy that I actually had marked off when I was creating the post there. But anyway, there you go. So there's how to set your default category and also how to create categories. I suppose you could call it creating categories on the fly.